This story was sent to me by MD Thomas, and we are taking another trip down to Florida. And you know, most times when we go and take a trip to Florida, it's not usually a good thing, and this one is no different. But in this picture, you see a man by the name of Willard Miller, and he is a deputy in Broward County. And basically what has happened is he had to restrain a student, and it was caught on surveillance camera. And he's a resource officer, and he had to in order to restrain the student, he actually had to slam them on the floor. Now, this student was a little white girl. So you can pretty much already know where I am headed with this. And I found it very interesting because when an incident happened a couple years ago with a black girl in South Carolina and a white resource officer, he actually picked her up out of her chair to the point where the chair almost traveled with her and threw her across the floor while she was still connected to the desk. And that video went viral, and people made it seem like it was the girl's fault and all types of stuff like that. And nothing happened to the resource officer. I don't even know if he even got fired. But in this case right here, this guy got charged with a felony. It's amazing at what can happen, when it comes to another us versus them situation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this news clip and you can get a little bit more details behind it.
A Florida deputy under arrest for a troubling incident caught on camera inside a school for children with emotional and behavioral issues. The deputy seen grabbing a 15-year-old girl by the neck and throwing her to the ground. Tonight, the head of the force outraged by what he saw. And here's ABC's Steve Osunsami now.
On the left is Broward County Deputy Willard Miller, the school resource officer at Cross Creek School, seen here texting on his phone. He was arrested. And on the right is the 15-year-old girl, the student he's accused tonight of physically abusing.
The byproduct of his actions were deplorable. They were uncalled for, and they violated multiple policies just on the optics.
This is a school for children with emotional and behavioral issues, and you see the student touch him with her foot pushing the back of his leg. A minute later, it appears that they exchange words, and then he walks across the room, grabs the girl by the neck, throws her to the ground, and puts his knee in her back. He then pulls her off the ground, throws her into a room, causing the victim's body to hit the wall, according to the police report. The charge tonight, felony child abuse without great bodily harm. The sheriff is furious.
I would hope that every cop in America would disagree with that type of response.
The officer has been suspended and has not yet entered a plea. Authorities tell us that school officials found this incident by accident while they were investigating something unrelated. David?
Steve Osunsami.
Okay, so y'all heard that audio clip right there. And I was able to look at the clip. And I noticed when they said that the girl kicked him, because it showed her right there in the surveillance video. She actually did walk up to him and literally kicked him in the back of the leg where his knee connects, like right there. And I think that's probably what pissed him off. They said this is a place where these kids have behavioral problems, which means these kids are bad as hell. Trust me, like where I work at a couple summers ago, they had a lot of those kids who came from like those group homes and things of that nature. And listen, those kids have been through a lot of stuff, but they are bad as hell. Okay? I'm just being completely honest. A lot of you probably would agree with me and probably have seen that before. But they are, let's just say they're no angels. But they, like I said, I did look at right here at the video, and she did kick him in the back of his leg. It didn't look like a hard kick, but it was a kick nonetheless. And I can see that's probably what pissed him off, because he wasn't doing anything to her until she kicked him. And it's amazing they just blatantly leave that part out. Now, this also plays up just like the incident that happened at that pool party a few years ago. Y'all know what I'm talking about when the cops got called on these black kids going to a pool party. I think it was for a graduation, and they came in, they just messed and harassed the black kids. And then one girl who was in her bikini got arrested, and the officer put his knee in her back. I don't think anything happened to the cop they gave the family some kind of a settlement. The girl, I think at the time, was only 15, which is around the same age as this girl here. But there's a difference, as you can tell. And then that was in Texas. There's a difference here. That cop that did that to that black girl was white. This cop is black doing to a little girl who was white. So the rules are different. Remember what I said, exception, not the rule. The exception was that guy who shot and killed that palm-colored woman for chasing after him with those scissors. He was the exception. This right here, what you're seeing, is the rule. I bet you if he was to have slammed a little black girl to the ground, probably nothing would have happened to him, or at least nothing to this extreme. He got hit with felony charges. They made sure to hit him with felony charges so he could not get paid anything when he's on leave. And he's not even on leave. He's suspended, which means it's almost like he's knocking on the door of being fired. And I'll let you know this. If he is to get fired, he's not going to be able to go and transfer to another department. He's going to have to find a whole nother profession altogether. Because, they don't transfer, you get what I mean. They don't transfer someone like him. But yeah, the optics are definitely different in this case right here. But like I said, I can see why he was pissed off, because the girl did kick him in the back of the leg. And with shoes on, that shit would hurt. But and then they said they started to verbally argue with each other, and then that's when he slammed her to the ground. And they said when he picked her up while she was in cuffs, he threw her into this room, and she went into the wall. Like, he was pissed at this chick, and he didn't care. But like I said, us versus them. I'm not even going to read the comments, because you know what website I'm on. This is coming from that Yahoo site. It says 601 comments. I'm not reading not a one of them, because I can only just imagine what it says. Like I said, that Blue Lives Matter crap only works for them, not us. But y'all let me know what you think about it down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.